The Arctic's frozen expanse, a land of extremes, is about to become the stage for an extraordinary battle of titans, the polar bear and the orca. Each dominates its domain, one ruling the land while the other commands the seas. Both are evolutionary marvels, adapted perfectly to survive in this harsh environment. But what happens when these two apex predators cross paths? Will the polar bear's raw strength on land prevail, or will the orca's unmatched intelligence and deadly hunting skills turn the tide in its favor? This clash of survival instincts is anything but ordinary, highlighting the complex dynamics of the Arctic. The icy wilderness of Svalbard became the setting for a startling discovery when scientists, investigating a surge in harbor seal deaths, found something shocking inside the stomach of a Greenland shark. Expecting clues to the seal mystery, they instead unearthed a polar bear's jawbone. This unexpected find left researchers astonished and laughing in disbelief. The polar bear, a dominant predator of the Arctic ice, and the Greenland shark, an elusive giant of the ocean, were not supposed to interact. Yet, the evidence told a different story. The team theorized that the bear might have drowned, been injured, or weakened before the shark encountered its remains. This finding underscored the Arctic's unpredictable nature, where even the most formidable predators can become prey. The Arctic is home to two dominant hunters, the polar bear and the orca. Each reigns supreme in its respective realm, the polar bear over the ice and the orca in the sea. When their worlds intersect, it is rarely a classic predator versus predator showdown. Such encounters are often driven by survival, with hungry polar bears scavenging washed-up orca carcasses rather than hunting live ones. For a polar bear, stumbling upon an orca carcass is like finding a treasure trove of food, packed with precious calories necessary for survival in the unforgiving Arctic. Orcas, on the other hand, remain safe beneath the waves, far from the reach of polar bears. These rare interactions are not about rivalry but about making the most of scarce resources in a brutal environment. Survival in the Arctic is a relentless struggle, with no room for mistakes. The stakes are impossibly high for its apex predators, who must seize every opportunity to secure food. In 2017, chaos erupted on Wrangel Island when a whale carcass washed ashore, drawing over 150 polar bears into a ferocious feeding frenzy. Massive males clashed, while mothers shielded their cubs, all vying for a share of the bounty. The scene reflected the harsh reality of Arctic life: eat or starve. However, the dangers are not confined to the land. The ocean, vast and merciless, is home to predators like the orca, whose hunting skills are legendary. Orcas, often called killer whales, have earned a fearsome reputation as apex predators of the sea. Their hunting strategies are a testament to their intelligence and efficiency, as they work in coordinated groups to isolate and overpower prey. From creating waves to knock seals off ice to complex maneuvers against massive whales, orcas embody the calculated precision of survival. Their dominance in the ocean contrasts sharply with the solitary ruthlessness of polar bears, who rule the ice with unyielding authority. Yet, when food is scarce, even polar bears are willing to share resources like whale carcasses with rivals. Climate change is altering the Arctic at an alarming pace, shrinking sea ice by nearly a third in just 50 years. For polar bears, this means fewer hunting grounds and reduced access to seals, their primary prey. In their desperation, polar bears are adapting by learning to fish in rivers, borrowing techniques from their grizzly bear relatives. Meanwhile, orcas, once restricted by ice, are moving further north, encroaching on territories once dominated by polar bears. This shift is creating fierce competition for limited resources, transforming the Arctic into a battleground where survival depends on innovation and resilience. As polar bears grow weaker and hungrier, they may begin to see orcas as potential prey, a testament to the ever-evolving struggle for survival in this harsh and changing world. A vulnerable orca, stranded or weakened, becomes a tempting target for a starving polar bear. The confrontation is inevitable as two of the Arctic's deadliest predators face off in a fight for survival, where only one will dominate this shrinking world. In places like Hudson Bay, with its icy grip and narrow exits, the situation takes a gruesome twist. Locked under ice from November to July, it becomes an inhospitable zone for orcas. However, when summer arrives and the ice retreats, orcas rush in, lured by prey such as narwhals, a feast too enticing to resist. Then winter returns, sealing the ice shut, and the bay becomes a death sentence. Unable to break through the thickening ice, the whales gather around the few breathing holes that serve as their only oxygen source. This perilous situation drew hundreds of locals from the nearby northern Quebec village of Ouac to monitor the orca's progress. If the orcas don't escape before the freeze, they are doomed, clustering desperately around the last remaining breathing holes. Meanwhile, polar bears wait with sharp eyes trained on the chaos. These apex predators, relentless in their hunger, sense the orca's vulnerability. As the ice closes in, the polar bears seize a rare opportunity to strike, transforming the breathing holes into hunting grounds. In the Arctic's unforgiving food chain, one species' tragedy often becomes another's opportunity. For polar bears, these icy traps are a jackpot. In 2015, off the coast of Norway, thinning sea ice left a group of white-beaked dolphins trapped in a small patch of open water surrounded by thick, unforgiving ice. With no escape, the dolphins became easy targets. The dire situation escalated when a herd of polar bears stormed the area, quickly spotting the trapped dolphins and springing into action. Used to hunting seals, the bears wasted no time adapting their tactics, swiftly closing in on the helpless dolphins with stealthy precision. This brutal shift in hunting strategy demonstrated the bears' ability to exploit new opportunities. Once the ice kings of seal hunting, they now dominated the dolphins' watery prison. As polar bears assert control, orcas are forced to adapt, venturing deeper into icy waters in search of prey. This bold move carries risks, as freezing waters could trap them, creating another opportunity for the bears. Since the 1980s, scientists have observed polar bears targeting beluga whales in the Canadian Arctic, particularly vulnerable calves near Somerset Island. Success for the bears comes from patience and precision, waiting at the shore and striking at the perfect moment to drag their catch onto the ice. For a hungry polar bear, a beluga whale is the ultimate reward, a nutrient-rich meal essential for survival in the Arctic cold. The shrinking ice forces polar bears to hunt new prey, taking risks they had never faced before. Some experts believe belugas have always been on the menu, but early researchers simply weren't there to witness it. Now, with the Arctic warming and orcas moving farther north, the dynamic shifts. A hungry polar bear spotting a pod of orcas, especially those with weak or injured members, will not hesitate to pounce. As the ice melts and the Arctic landscape transforms, these two apex predators encounter each other more frequently, leading to dramatic confrontations. In 2021, brutal footage emerged of a polar bear hunting and devouring a reindeer in Norway's Svalbard archipelago. The lone, weak reindeer, trailing across the icy expanse, became an easy target for the polar bear driven by hunger and the shrinking seal population. The bear spotted its prey and seized the rare chance with deadly precision. The reindeer, unaware of the threat, bolted for the water in a desperate escape attempt. However, the bear responded with astonishing speed, charging at 25 miles per hour on land and 6 miles per hour in water. Within seconds, it closed the distance. The reindeer dove into the water, but the bear's relentless pursuit ended in one explosive lunge, sinking its claws into the reindeer before it could escape. A brief, brutal struggle ensued, but the bear's sheer strength prevailed, securing its hard-earned meal. Polar bears aren't just formidable predators, they are also remarkably strategic. In rare instances, they have been observed hunting even massive ocean giants like orcas. If a single polar bear managed to bring down one of these creatures, weighing up to 6 tons, it would be a monumental feat. The secret lies in their cunning survival techniques. After a successful hunt, polar bears have been seen creating larders by burying their prey under snow, effectively hiding it from other predators. This behavior, observed only 19 times, involves the bears using dry grass, seaweed, or patches of earth to conceal their prize. These hidden caches become nearly impossible for others to locate in the vast white Arctic. If a polar bear cannot finish a meal in one sitting, it revisits and reburies the carcass repeatedly, safeguarding its bounty. This chilling behavior underscores the ingenuity and adaptability of these Arctic predators as they navigate a world increasingly shaped by shrinking ice and changing ecosystems. There's a dark brilliance in the behavior of polar bears, a testament to their resourcefulness and adaptability. The possibility of orcas entering the polar bear's diet could have profound implications for the Arctic ecosystem. These massive predators, brimming with calories, could offer polar bears a rare, high-reward meal, if they can manage to hunt them. However, it raises questions about how these masters of the ice might tackle such a formidable adversary. Polar bears have survived and adapted for over 52,000 years, evolving from brown bears in a world of constant change. Yet, the rapid warming of the Arctic presents a challenge unlike anything they've faced before. The retreating ice, vanishing hunting grounds, and mounting pressure force a re-evaluation of their survival strategies. The question now isn't just how they'll endure but how far they'll go to do so. As the ice melts, polar bears are being pushed into new, perilous territories. With their traditional seal hunts shrinking, they have become opportunistic scavengers, feeding on the carcasses of whales and other large marine mammals washed ashore. These meals, rich in fat essential for survival in the freezing Arctic, are invaluable. However, in a world where every meal counts, this adaptation isn't enough. Polar bears are evolving quickly to meet these challenges, and this is where orcas come into the picture. These ocean giants, packed with fat and muscle, represent an opportunity too good to ignore. But hunting an orca is a perilous endeavor, an intense battle where one wrong move could spell disaster. If the polar bear succeeds, the reward is immense, a vital food source that could sustain it in an increasingly hostile Arctic. For years, scientists have watched in dismay as the polar bear's once stable world disintegrates. Melting ice, disappearing seals, and rising temperatures have left them scrambling to adapt. Yet, a surprising new study from the Chukchi Sea reveals that polar bears are finding ways to survive. In this region, around 3,000 polar bears are thriving, feasting on an abundance of seals. These resilient predators demonstrate their ability to endure and adapt. However, the broader picture remains grim. Across the Arctic, many polar bears are struggling to survive as their habitat melts away beneath them. While there is a glimmer of hope in this localized success, the fight for survival is far from over. Still, this resilience offers proof of their ability to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity. Innovative methods are being used to track these elusive giants, offering researchers new insights. One such technique involves using harmless glitter in shared zoo enclosures to identify which bear left which droppings. This simple, effective approach allows scientists to track polar bears without ever touching them. As researchers continue to study polar bears, they also face the challenge of understanding the Arctic's other apex predator, the orca. Both animals are masters of survival in some of the harshest environments on Earth. In the icy waters, orcas reign supreme. Their sleek black and white bodies are built for speed, allowing them to move through the water at over 30 knots, making them one of the fastest animals in the sea. These oceanic predators are swift, deadly, and relentless, commanding respect with their calculated and ruthless teamwork. They operate like a well-oiled machine, herding schools of fish into traps and executing coordinated assaults on seals and even whales. Meanwhile, on the frozen tundra, the polar bear stands as a titan, the true king of the Arctic. Weighing anywhere from 770 to 2,200 pounds, comparable to the weight of a small car, polar bears are a formidable force. Their thick white fur, not just for camouflage, acts as an insulating suit, trapping heat and protecting them from the bone-chilling cold. Beneath the fur, their black skin absorbs scarce sunlight, ensuring survival in temperatures that would freeze most animals. The fur's hollow structure further enhances their insulation, making them unparalleled Arctic survivors. Each of these apex predators dominates its realm, showcasing unique adaptations and strategies. For polar bears, their evolution has been a testament to resilience and mastery of the brutal Arctic environment. For orcas, their synchronized precision and speed make them formidable hunters in the icy waters. Together, these creatures represent the incredible adaptability and fierce survival instincts that define life in the Arctic. The ocean is the battleground where orcas reign supreme, moving with unmatched speed and intelligence. They wield the water itself as a weapon, fast, lethal, and relentless, dominating the seas with a near-supernatural command. However, on land, the story shifts. The mighty polar bear becomes the undisputed ruler, relying on raw strength and instinct to survive. Unlike orcas, polar bears operate alone, ruthless predators with a sense of smell so sharp they can detect seals buried deep beneath ice layers from miles away. Their massive paws can crush through thick frozen surfaces, breaking through with terrifying force to claim their prey. While orcas dominate the ocean with speed and strategy, the polar bear's sheer power and primal instincts make it an unstoppable force, ruling the frozen wilderness as a predator like no other. The clash between these titans is a testament to nature's brutal hierarchy. Orcas, apex killers in the water, slice through the sea with deadly precision, outpacing and outsmarting any prey. Their strikes are swift and leave nothing alive in their wake. On land, however, the polar bear takes the crown. Massive and relentless, it embodies raw strength and savage ferocity, making it the most dangerous creature on the frozen tundra. Yet, nature's cruelty doesn't stop at the Arctic. Orcas extend their dominance from the icy waters of Antarctica to the tropical seas, ranging from the eastern North Pacific to the coasts of California and Russia. These apex predators adapt and conquer every environment, hunting everything in their path, from fish to seals and even the largest whales. Their speed is unmatched, their strategy lethal, and their hunger relentless. In the Arctic, however, a different kind of power emerges. Polar bears, the titans of the ice, are equally formidable. These giants navigate the shifting sea ice with precision, adapting to treacherous conditions like seasoned warriors. When summer melts the ice, they retreat to year-round frozen areas, their sole purpose survival. Every step they take reflects their raw power and determination. Thriving in harsh conditions, polar bears dominate the frozen landscape from Canada to Alaska, Russia to Greenland. Their crushing strength and sharp survival instincts make them the most formidable land predator, capable of tracking and hunting seals across miles of ice. In the ocean, orcas tear through their environment with brutal efficiency, taking down anything in their path. Their standout trait lies in their hunting tactics, lethal precision and impeccable teamwork. Moving as a tightly knit pack, each orca plays a specific role in their calculated assaults. The water ripples with their speed as they close in on their prey, striking like shadows, silently and with terrifying force. Their jaws snap shut with unerring accuracy, making escape impossible. Orcas are not merely animals, they are cunning masterminds of survival, using the ocean as their ally. Polar bears, on the other hand, are solitary hunters, equally adept in their domain. Their cold, calculating eyes scan the horizon as they move stealthily across the snow, their giant paws leaving no trace. Masters of the ice, they stalk seals with patience and precision, creeping closer with an eerie quiet. One wrong move seals the prey's fate, as a massive paw smashes through the snow to claim victory. Polar bears are legends of survival, their every move a display of strength and determination. Orcas, living in tight-knit pods led by females, showcase unmatched social cohesion. These groups, ranging from 3 to 50 members, move like a coordinated ballet, trapping seals and taking down larger marine mammals with remarkable efficiency. Their teamwork and strategy are unrivaled in the wild. In contrast, the polar bear, a lone hunter on the ice, thrives through stealth and raw power. When these two apex predators meet, it's a clash of mastery and adaptation. The polar bear, a solitary ruler of the frozen tundra, and the orca, a marine strategist commanding the seas, engage in an ultimate showdown where survival depends on who can best dominate their respective turf. The water tilts the odds in the orca's favor, giving them a decisive edge. While polar bears might rule the ice, they are out of their element in the ocean, behaving more like land animals in over their heads. These mighty creatures can swim and are adept at paddling through cold waters, but they cannot compete with the sheer power and speed of a killer whale. Orcas, sleek and agile, slice through the sea with the precision of a fighter jet. In contrast, a polar bear, no matter how strong, is simply not built for this environment. When polar bears hunt whales, it's usually in vulnerable moments, perhaps when a whale is stranded or weakened, providing the bear with a rare opportunity to pounce. However, in a full-on battle in the water, a healthy, fast whale is an opponent the bear cannot handle. It's a chase the bear is destined to lose, no matter how much force it brings to the fight. Even huge whales are not the only opponents polar bears tend to avoid in the ocean. Walruses also pose a significant challenge. These monstrous creatures, weighing up to 2,000 pounds and armed with tusks that can grow up to 3 feet long, are formidable adversaries. A single strike from a walrus's tusks can tear a bear to shreds, regardless of how tough the polar bear is. The risk is simply too great, especially when a walrus stands its ground. As a result, polar bears play it smart. They are opportunists, always seeking the easiest prey. Seals, small, fast, and defenseless against the bear's might, the ideal target, no tusks, no risk, and an easy meal just a breath away. The dynamic shifts, however, when a walrus is isolated or sick. In such situations, the polar bear becomes laser-focused on the vulnerable target. A young or weakened walrus, especially one with no tusks and no herd for protection, presents the perfect opportunity. The predator moves fast and furious, seizing the chance. Yet, the walrus is far from helpless. If a polar bear dares to approach, the walrus defends itself fiercely with its tusks, claws, and potentially the help of a protective herd that will charge at the first sign of danger. For the bear, a misstep can mean disaster. Even if it successfully takes down a weakened walrus, the effort could cost its life. In the harsh Arctic, every decision matters, and there are no second chances. This is why polar bears hunt strategically, waiting for the right moment to strike swiftly when the odds favor them. The line between life and death here is razor-thin. If polar bears exercise caution around walruses, the thought of confronting an orca is far more intimidating. Killer whales are an entirely different level of danger, more lethal than any tusked mammal. Built for speed, power, and precision, the orca is designed for total domination in the water. In its element, the orca is an unstoppable force. Every flick of its tail propels it with terrifying grace and accuracy, leaving the polar bear completely outmatched. While polar bears are immensely powerful on land, with claws that can shred ice and a bite capable of cracking bones, they are hopeless in the face of an orca's speed and agility. Any attempt by the bear to swipe or land a hit is nothing more than a desperate, panicked effort at survival. The orca, with its sleek, hydrodynamic body, moves too quickly and too strategically for the bear to stand a chance. Despite the orca's overwhelming power, polar bears are not even part of its hunting strategy. Killer whales focus on seals, fish, and massive marine mammals like whales, the prey they know best. Polar bears do not register as worthwhile targets for the orca's attention. Even though an orca could easily take down a bear if their paths crossed, the killer whale has no need to hunt such a creature. It is a calculated predator, honing its focus on prey that yields results. In the Arctic, where survival depends on precision and efficiency, the orca reigns supreme as the true apex predator. With unmatched size, speed, and hunting prowess, the killer whale holds its place at the top, while the polar bear, despite its immense strength, remains outclassed in the water. Thank you for watching. We truly appreciate your time and support, and we hope you enjoyed the content. Stay tuned, as we look forward to seeing you in the next one.